Welcome back to Donkey Kong Country. Today we finished the game on the shortest part of this playthrough.
We'll make it somehow longer at the end, though. Don't you worry.
No, have our artificially increased or artificially lengthened conversation about gorilla anatomy and how Donkey Kong does all of gorilla kind wrong, and you should really play Overwatch instead, which really got the gorilla right.
Donkey Kong walked so Winston could run.
Jinx.
By the way, you actually could trick those two to jump off the cliff.
To be fair, Winston doesn't really run. He jumps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
He runs and jumps.
Yeah, this is also the only stage that has these jumping claptraps. They jump when you jump, but their fall speed is way faster than yours.
And also like the on-off switch being barrels, whereas the other level was an actual light switch.
Okay, but how does that work? How do you turn a barrel into an on-off switch?
It has conductive
Nintendo.
electricity, apparently.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that I could do it, considering that, an on-off switch really does just bridge a couple of pins on a circuit board, but...
Would you? Anyway, what are you gonna say? What were you gonna say, D-pad?
I was gonna say, getting back to the DKC Country animated series. It's insanely popular in France.
Yeah.
There's they had a French
and also
thing.
And also
DKTV.
Isn't Quebec one of the more French-leaning anyway?
Yes.
I think so.
So it's popular in France and Quebec.
I also will state this.
Yeah.
Before we go back to the animated series, Loopy Lights and Minecart Mayhem are the only two stages that I do know the warp barrels to. I don't know if any other level has warp barrels.
It's a good thing that this isn't a 100% playthrough.
Yeah. Anyway, Platform Peril, the last stage of the entire game, and oh my god, this stage sucks.
Yeah, I was actually kind of confusing this level with the last conveyor belt level.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is it what when you say it sucks? Is it because it's difficult for the wrong reasons, or just because it doesn't feel good to play?
A mixture of both. These platforms will just go straight down. A lot of the enemy placement is really cheap, especially the super clumps, crushes that we when we saw at the very beginning. Not even DK can jump on those guys. You have to use barrels to kill them.
Apparently, their skin is made of razor sharp spikes. Apparently.
Yeah.
I just said apparently twice.
Anyway, back to the cartoon. Rance also made Totally Spies famous too. Or was that always a French show? I don't remember.
Yeah, and now we're getting a live action series produced by Will Ferrell.
We're getting into
Totally
Canadian
Spies?
cartoons, which
Really?
I'm all for.
Really? Christ. That's gonna be worse than the
Will Ferrell,
animated series.
they announced.
Because oh my god, Totally Spies is literally just the writers' yeah.
The writers were very horny.
Yeah. Literally every episode can be chalked up to, in this episode, the writer's undisclosed fetish.
The show.
Diddy Kong, how the fuck are you doing that?
Magic.
It's floating in midair. How did they do that?
Magic.
But yeah, Totally Spies is one of those shows I'm not embarrassed to admit that I watched it as a kid,
I did
because
too.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, if it was on TV, I probably watched it. You know, I mean, there's a reason why I've earlier this year I've been binging on Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and Wizards of Waverly Place, and I kind of had to restrain myself from watching Hannah Montana.
Yeah, okay.
I would watch Cory in the House
I am
because
not
I
look-
did genuinely enjoy that as a kid, but you know,
Also jail.
Cory in the Big House.
I am not really looking forward to the. I'm not really looking forward to like the new Totally Spies series, just because none of the original voice actresses are returning.
Yeah, and
Yeah, that does suck.
also live action adaptations.
The
of
reason
animated
behind
Oh,
it-
no,
properties are
no.
never
He's talking
good.
about the reboot cartoon. Boom. He's talking about the reboot cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
it's like it'd be the reason behind it's like so shitty, and I feel for like the actual voice
Yeah,
actors.
didn't they not try to go for them?
No, they wanted to. They wanted them to do the show, but according to what Jennifer Hale, the voice actress behind Sam, it was something like regulations or something. Like they had to sign like a contract or something that they weren't comfortable with,
I see.
or
Jennifer
it was
Hill, that-
something I can't remember. I can't remember.
Jennifer Hill, she did.
Okay, you were saying, AG?
Jennifer Hill, she did Autocon's sister in Metal Gear Solid 2, right?
She did
And,
Samus,
Three.
female shepherd.
She was
Bayonetta.
from Kids Next Door.
She did a lot of female voices in video games and throughout the early to late 2000s.
And
So you
even
can
to,
say
like,
that she's
the
experienced.
2010s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even to
true.
the
You can say that.
2010s.
You can say she's experienced and does it to ways
She's
to
still voicing.
not take advantage of her talents.
Yeah, true.
I'll experienced, yeah, more than that. He's like a veteran at
Yeah,
this
but-
point.
You know, both in games, movies, and TV shows, you're always going to find like a lot of bullshittery going down with voice actors, and it feels like companies
I
are really trying
win.
to screw over pretty much
I
any kind of actor.
win.
And Diddy took out. I find it funny that it was
Credits.
Diddy
So
and
that
DK.
was Donkey Kong Country. What do
bet
you
it was-
guys think of the game? You know, because
It's a
one of my all-time favorite video games.
It's an absolute classic.
It's
Wait,
straight
I don't think we're
is.
done. I,
do
don't
lo-
think we're done. Yeah, at the end, the question mark.
Yeah, I
question
totally
mark
agree.
throws
It's
me
like,
off.
holy crap, we're totally done. Oh wait, no, we're not.
Oh wait,
God
no,
damn
we're
it,
done.
D-pad,
No.
you ruined the damn surprise.
What are you talking about? I didn't hear shit.
Well, sorry.
You know I'm joking, right? Okay, cool. You actually sounded mad at that. Now you
you
got a little
really
worried.
did, yeah.
You know, I really wouldn't have blamed you if you just used the rewind feature there.
No, no.
You only used the rewind feature only once throughout like the most bullshit level in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's one of those kind of things where if you use it once, it's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah, but it's like I'm honestly try not to. If D-pad, I'm not actually sure if you did want to cover this one, D-pad. If I do cover Yoshi's Island, the Super Nintendo one, you're gonna see that. You're gonna see me using the rewind feature a lot more. I'll be straight honest.
Are you going for 100%?
Oh, I was just gonna say,
Are
'cause,
you
like-
gonna go for 100% in Yoshi's Island?
Yes, if I do,
Oh.
if I'm the one that plays it, because I'm not sure if D-pad wants to take it too.
Oh my god! Well, if you ever do
I
it,
kinda
good
do,
frickin' luck.
but-
What was that, D-pad?
Yeah. I was gonna say like I'm gonna be like abusing the heck out of the rewind system for when I play Rescue Rangers, just because I do not like the controls for it. Like the controls feel really clunky, and like I've been playing the game just to kind of get ready to record, and it's just yeah, I need to like do the rewind feature.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I notice a lot of people nowadays tend to dog on people for using the rewind feature. But if you really are that bothered with it, just don't use it. But don't get on other people's asses
Yeah.
Don't
not
force
using it.
people to not use it because you
Yeah.
don't use it. That's not fair.
I'm also really pissed off that the Mega Man X Legacy Collection, and I say X Legacy Collection specifically because the original Legacy Collection did have it, but the
Legacy
X
Collection 1
doesn't
did.
have.
Legacy Collection
Yeah.
2 onwards did not.
Well, yeah, but Legacy Collection 2 also had like the SNES and PlayStation games, and rewinding for those platforms was not as well researched back then.
True.
But yeah, recently I've been playing through Mega Man X2. I don't know if you guys have noticed, if you look at my PSN account, it was like, hey, what the fuck? He's playing on PlayStation again. Yeah, basically when I was rearranging my room, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna hook up my PS4 again and just play through some games I've still got on my backlog on that platform. And the reason why I picked up Legacy Collection, or X Legacy Collection, was because I kind of felt like I needed something retro to test the abilities of my TV. And let me tell you, playing the game on Pixel Perfect mode with a CRT filter and no background, so it was just black, on an OLED TV with the lights off during nighttime, holy fuck, you really can. It's really like you're looking only at the game. It's fucking beautiful.
That sounds like a good thing, but is it really a good thing?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
I mean, if you
Okay.
grew up with
Like,
it, I
I care a lot about retro stuff to enable the CRT filter and not stretch the display, and yeah, I don't care enough about retro stuff to actually purchase a CRT.
Eventually, I'll get a CRT again.
By the way, did you
I don't know
get
when,
the
but-
Hadouken in X1?
Not in X1, but I did get the Shoryuken in X2.
Oh wow, nice.
Nice.
Yeah, the worst thing is, I didn't actually go for it. I accidentally discovered the Hadouken. And it was such a fucking pain, because at first I thought that when I went for that ladder, I could only go for it once. But then I realized I could use the crystal,
Crystal.
the crystal weapon on one of the enemies if you managed to get him on screen, and you could slide jump onto the ladder. So
Crystal
yeah,
Hunter.
and because it also gives you an extra life, I could basically keep doing it and not have to worry about getting game over and having to do the entire thing again.
Mhm.
But my fucking god, that jump was it's like it was made by Satan itself. Like, I had to do an air dash,
Air
had
dash
to wait
and
for
then a
just
charge. speed
just
burner.
the exact right moment, and then take the flame weapon, the charge up flame weapon, which
Speed
also
burner.
gives you an air dash. And even though I had a basically no latency kind of setup, I fucking hated that jump. And the fact that I needed to be at full health to even get the Shuriken in the first place, that's why I say I accidentally discovered it, because I didn't bother. Alright, I didn't fucking bother with it. I used a guide to find out what the correct order was. And I landed on a beginner playthrough, which basically tells you to, hey, go get every collectibles in each stage and then get a game over. So you still get the collectible, but you don't defeat the Maverick. But then I fucked up, and one of the X-Hunters basically wasn't on the map anymore, and I was like, oh, looks like I'm trying again.
I mean, there's not
Luckily-
really a difference to missing an X Hunter and not missing an X Hunter. The only thing is you have an extra boss fight at the very end.
Yeah, but take this into consideration. I'm not that good at the game.
You're
so
also a perfection whore.
Perfectionist.
something like that, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call myself a whore. I'm only a whore to Angel Dust from Has Been Hotel, but that aside.
God damn it.
I mean, fair. I mean, hey, well, to each their own, I guess.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't mind sipping on his potion.
God damn it, Edgy. Good thing, like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna mock you for using a guide for your first time. Because honestly, when I was, because honestly, that's kind of everyone's first time for a for Mega Man X. Well, for any Mega Man game.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of wondering if I should continue with the X series because I played the first one, I played the second one, and I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I even purchased the X collection in the first place was because I wanted to experience what kind of a dumpster fire Mega Man X7 was. But if I'm going to get to that game, I still need to play through X3, X4, X5, and X6. And considering that I didn't really like the first two X games, well, let's just say that misogyny is back on the... Masochism is back on the menu, boys.
I was gonna say, Jesus Christ,
Why
Edgy.
do you get misogyny and
masochism?
Yeah, why were those confused?
Because I'm not a native English speaker. They both start with MAS, and shut up. Besides, I made the same mistake before on San Andreas.
True.
I was gonna say, Edgy's not a native English speaker.
True.
So you can understand the confusion there.
Yeah. I mean, you try telling me the difference when to use a D, when to use a T, and when to use DT.